My grandmother did not own a single serum. No glass bottles, no $40 creams, no 10-step routine. What she had was a kitchen, a garden, a bathroom cabinet with maybe 4 things in it, and skin that stayed soft and bright well into her 80s. And every time I complained about a spot, or tired eyes, or dull skin, she would disappear into the kitchen and come back with something that made no sense at all. For years I assumed it was luck, or good genes, or nonsense that only seemed to work. It was not. It turns out almost everything those women did has a real reason behind it. And today, I am handing you 25 of the weirdest, most oddly effective grandma beauty hacks I know, the ones that sound insane and work like magic anyway. Some of these will make you laugh out loud. A couple will make you genuinely suspicious that I have lost my mind. And 1 or 2 I am going to tell you to be careful with, because not every old trick aged well. Grab a pen if you like, but honestly, you already own everything you are about to hear about. Let us start in the one room where Grandma did her best work, the kitchen. Number 1 is the raw potato, and if you only ever try one hack from this whole video, make it this one. The first thing she would reach for, always, was a slice of it, or she would grate it and squeeze the juice onto a cotton pad and rest it under tired, dark-circled eyes for 10 minutes, and the shadows would genuinely lift. Potato has a natural enzyme and a mild brightening quality that fades that stubborn under-eye darkness over time, and cold from the fridge it depuffs at the same time. She used the same potato on dull patches all over the face for a fresher, more even glow. A potato. The single most useless sounding thing in the pantry, quietly doing what an eye cream charges $50 to promise. Do it 3 or 4 evenings a week while you sit and unwind. And over a month, you will actually watch the darkness soften, treating the circles instead of painting over them the way concealer does. Number 2, right next to it, lived her glow mask. And depending on which grandmother you had, it was some version of the same idea. Turmeric mixed into yogurt or into graham flour with a splash of milk. She would smear this yellow paste on, let everyone in the house laugh at her, wait 20 minutes, and rinse it into the brightest skin you have ever seen. Turmeric is genuinely anti-inflammatory and brightening. The yogurt brings a gentle lactic acid exfoliation, and the whole thing calms redness and evens tone. One honest warning right here, because I will give them to you as we go rather than saving them up. Turmeric can leave a faint yellow tint on very fair skin, so keep the amount small and rinse well, and never let it sit for an hour thinking more is better. A little tip she never said out loud but always did: mix it fresh each time and warm it slightly between your palms first, because a warm paste spreads thinner, sinks in better, and rinses away far more cleanly than a cold, thick glob. Number 3 was honey, which she treated like a cure for everything, and she was mostly right. A dab of raw honey left on a fresh spot overnight is antibacterial and calming, and genuinely helps it heal faster. And a thin layer smoothed over the whole face as a 10-minute mask is one of the best natural hydrators there is, because honey is a humectant that pulls moisture into the skin. It is sticky, it is humble, it is sitting in your cupboard right now, and it quietly outperforms half the calming serums on the market. Look for raw, unprocessed honey if you can, because the cheaper heat-treated kind loses some of what makes it special, and never use it on an open, broken wound. Only on a closing spot or as a mask on intact skin. Number 4, for any day the skin was angry, red, or irritated, out came the oatmeal. She would grind plain oats, mix them with a little warm milk into a soft paste, and lay it over the face like a soothing blanket. Oatmeal is genuinely medically soothing. It is in real eczema creams for a reason, and combined with the gentle lactic acid in the milk, it calms inflammation, softens the skin, and lifts away dead surface cells without a hint of harshness. For sensitive, reactive, easily upset skin, this is still one of the gentlest and most effective masks in existence, and it costs the price of breakfast. She kept a jar of finely ground oats by the sink year-round so that anytime the weather, the sun, or a harsh product left the skin stinging, the fix was 2 minutes away. Number 5. She never wasted a banana either. When one went spotty and soft, before it ever hit the bin, she would mash it, sometimes with a little of that honey, and wear it as a mask, or simply rub the inside of the peel over her face. Banana is full of potassium, vitamins, and natural moisture, and it leaves the skin soft, plumped, and glowing almost immediately. It is the definition of a grandma hack. Use the thing you were about to throw away and get a free facial out of it. Choose the ripest, spottiest banana you can find, because the softer and more speckled it is, the more of its sugars and nutrients are available to your skin, which is the exact opposite of how you would pick one to eat. And here is one that genuinely surprises people. Number 6. To take off the day, she did not use a cleanser. She used cold milk. She would soak a cotton ball in plain milk and sweep it over her face, and it lifted away dirt and even makeup while the lactic acid gently exfoliated, and the fats left her skin soft instead of stripped. It sounds bizarre until you remember that lactic acid is now a trendy, expensive ingredient in serums, and Grandma was getting it straight from the fridge for nothing. Use whole or full-fat milk rather than skimmed, because it is the fat that leaves your skin soft instead of tight. And finish with a splash of cool water if you dislike the faint milky scent, though it fades on its own within minutes. Number 7, the last of the kitchen tricks, was her secret weapon before any wedding or big occasion. A single egg white, painted on thin and left to dry until the whole face felt tight, then rinsed off. As the egg white dries, it contracts and temporarily firms the skin, smoothing fine lines and shrinking the look of pores for a few hours, which is exactly why it was the pre-party ritual. Keep it away from your eyes and mouth, wash your hands after, skip it if you have an egg allergy, and understand the tightening is temporary, but as a free, instant, 10-minute lift before you walk out the door, it is genuinely brilliant. Some grandmothers whisked in a single drop of lemon or a little honey, the honey to hydrate, but keep any lemon to the tiniest trace, and only occasionally, for the reason I will come back to in a few minutes. Now, Grandma understood something the beauty industry spends millions trying to make you forget, which is that cold is one of the most powerful, most immediate beauty tools on earth, and it is free. So a whole cluster of her tricks were really just clever ways of applying cold to a tired face. Number 8, the classic, was 2 slices of chilled cucumber over the eyes, and it works for 2 reasons at once. The cold constricts the vessels to depuff, and the cucumber is almost pure water, so it hydrates and soothes that thin, delicate skin at the same time. 10 minutes flat on your back with cucumber on your eyes is not just an old cliche from the movies. It genuinely brings down puffiness and refreshes tired eyes. Chill the whole cucumber in the fridge first, so the slices are properly cold, and lie back somewhere comfortable because the 15 minutes of stillness does nearly as much for your tired face as the cucumber itself. Number 9. If there were no cucumbers, she used the spoons, 2 metal teaspoons left in the freezer for a few minutes, then pressed gently, backs down, over puffy morning eyes. The cold metal shrinks the swelling almost instantly, and there is no faster fix on earth for the mornings you did not sleep. A pair of spoons might be the most underrated beauty tools in your entire house, and they cost nothing at all. Keep 2 spoons in the freezer permanently, tucked in a corner, so that on the worst, most swollen, least slept mornings, the fix is already waiting for you. Colder and faster than any eye gel you could buy, and free every single morning for the rest of your life. Number 10. She got the same result from the leftover tea too. After her cup of tea, she would squeeze out the used bags, chill them, and rest them over closed eyes for 10 minutes. The caffeine in the tea constricts blood vessels to reduce puffiness and dark circles, while the antioxidants care for the skin, so a spent tea bag you were about to throw out becomes a genuine under-eye treatment. Green or black both work, and it doubles as a forced 10 minutes of lying still, which your face and your nervous system both appreciate. Squeeze the bags out well so they are damp but not dripping, and press them gently rather than rubbing, because the skin around the eyes is the thinnest on the body and asks to be treated like silk. Number 11. When she truly wanted her skin to look tight, awake, and camera ready in 1 minute flat, she rubbed her face with ice. She would wrap a cube in a thin cloth, never bare against the skin, and glide it upward and outward over her whole face. The cold depuffs the entire face, temporarily tightens the skin, shrinks the look of pores, and wakes up the circulation for a natural flush, which is exactly why doing it right before makeup makes everything sit smoother and last longer. 1 cube, 1 minute, a genuinely lifted face. The rich people rediscover this every few years and sell it as a machine. Grandma just used the freezer. If your skin is sensitive or prone to redness, keep the cube moving constantly and never let it rest in one spot, because the goal is a brief, bracing chill, not a lingering freeze that could irritate the very skin you are trying to help. Between the masks and the cold, she kept a few things going every single day, quiet maintenance rather than dramatic fixes. Number 12 was rose water, which she splashed on as a toner morning and night. It hydrates, it calms redness, it balances the skin and leaves a soft, fresh, faintly scented finish, and a bottle lasts forever. Number 13, if she had an aloe plant on the windowsill, and she almost always did, she would snap off a leaf and smooth the fresh gel straight onto burns, irritation, dry patches, or an angry spot, because aloe is soothing, hydrating, and healing in a way that a plant gives you for free, and a brand charges $20 to bottle. A living aloe plant on a sunny windowsill is one of the cheapest, most useful things you can own, because it costs almost nothing, it is nearly impossible to kill, and it hands you fresh, active gel on demand for years. Number 14. For the weeks her skin ran oily or congested, she reached for clay, the fuller's earth so many grandmothers swore by, mixed with a little water or rose water into a mask that draws out excess oil and impurities and leaves the skin matte and clear. Never let a clay mask dry until it cracks and pulls at your skin, which is the mistake that leaves you tight and irritated. Rinse it while it is still slightly tacky, and follow with a little rose water or aloe so the skin ends up clarified rather than stripped. Number 15. Once in a while, for a deep treat, she would drape a towel over her head and lean over a bowl of hot, steaming water, letting the steam soften everything, open the pores, and leave her skin dewy and receptive before finishing with the rose water to refresh. Be sensible with the steam. Keep your face a safe distance from the water so you never scald yourself. But as a free at-home facial, it is genuinely lovely. A handful of dried herbs or a slice of lemon peel dropped into the steaming water turns it into something that smells like a spa. And doing this once a week is plenty, because steaming too often can leave the skin dehydrated rather than dewy. Now let me stop here for a moment and tell you the thing that ties all of this together, because it matters more than any single hack. You might be wondering why these old wives' tales actually hold up, and the answer is simple. These are not random superstitions. They are remedies that survived. For generations, women tried everything on their own skin with no marketing and no money, and the tricks that did nothing got forgotten, while the ones that genuinely worked got passed down, mother to daughter, for 100 years. What you are hearing is the winners of a century-long experiment, and nearly all of them share one quality: they are gentle. They soothe, hydrate, cool, and nourish. Which is exactly why I have to warn you plainly about the handful of grandma hacks that did not deserve to survive, the harsh ones. Please do not rub raw lemon on your face the way some old advice suggests, because it is far too acidic and makes your skin dangerously sensitive to the sun. Do not scrub your face with baking soda, because it wrecks your skin's protective barrier. And never use toothpaste on a spot. Our grandmothers got a great deal right, but they did not know everything, and the rule that tells you which of their tricks to trust is this: the gentle ones are gold, and the burning, stripping, stinging ones belong in the past. Keep that in your pocket, and let us move on to the hair, because this is where it gets really good. Number 16. Grandma's hair hacks started always with oil, long before anyone was hit in the face with the word coconut. She would warm a little coconut oil in her palms and work it through her hair from mid-length to ends an hour or two before washing, sometimes leaving it overnight wrapped in a scarf. Coconut oil is one of the few oils that genuinely penetrates the hair shaft rather than just coating it. So this pre-wash treatment deeply nourishes, reduces breakage, and leaves hair soft and shining. And it is the single reason so many women of that generation kept long, thick, healthy hair for decades. Warm the oil gently, never hot, and concentrate it on the ends where the damage lives, going lighter near the roots if your scalp runs oily, and wrap your hair in an old scarf so the warmth of your head helps it sink in overnight. Number 17. For a deeper repair, especially on dry, damaged, or overwashed hair, she reached for protein, and her protein came from an egg, or from a spoonful of plain mayonnaise, which is really just egg and oil anyway. Massaged through the hair and left for 20 minutes under a shower cap, It strengthens and smooths the strands and brings back a shine that expensive masks struggle to match. Rinse it with cool, never hot water so the egg does not cook in your hair, and the results genuinely rival a salon treatment for the price of a couple of eggs. This is the one to reach for after a summer of sun, chlorine, or heat styling has left your hair straw-like, because protein is exactly what damaged hair is crying out for, and you will feel the strength come back the moment it dries. Number 18 was the rinse she swore gave her shine, and it did. Apple cider vinegar, a good splash mixed into a mug of water and poured over the hair after shampooing, then rinsed out. It removes the dull buildup that weighs hair down, closes the hair cuticle so light bounces off it, and leaves hair genuinely glossier and softer, and no, once it dries, it does not smell like vinegar at all. Number 19 used the very same logic at the end of every single wash, a final rinse of cold water, because cold water seals the cuticle flat and is one of the oldest, cheapest, most reliable shine tricks there is. Brace yourself, because the cold blast is not the most pleasant few seconds of your shower, but the glassy, smooth, light-catching shine it gives you afterward genuinely rivals the results of a pricey glossing serum, and it costs absolutely nothing. Number 20, and of course there was the rice water, the one that has traveled around the world and back as a modern miracle. The cloudy water left from rinsing or soaking rice, used as a final hair rinse, has been credited for generations with stronger, shinier, faster-growing hair, thanks to the starches and amino acids it leaves behind coating each strand. It is the ultimate something-from-nothing hack, the water you are about to pour down the drain, quietly conditioning your hair. Do not overdo it. Once or twice a week is plenty, because too much protein-like coating can eventually make fine hair feel stiff, but used in moderation, it is one of the gentlest strengthening rinses there is. Which brings us finally to the hands, the lips, and all the small forgotten places, because Grandma understood that these are the parts that give age away, and the parts everyone ignores. Number 21, her most famous trick, and still one of the best, was the overnight one. A thick layer of petroleum jelly, or a rich cream slathered onto dry, cracked hands or heels, then covered with a pair of cotton socks or soft gloves, and left to work all night. You wake up with hands and feet softer than you thought possible, because the covering traps everything against the skin and lets it deeply repair while you sleep. It is old, it is a little funny to look at, and it works better than almost any expensive hand cream. Do it on the nights your hands have taken a beating from cold weather, dishwater, or hand sanitizer, and if you add this to just the worst 2 or 3 nights a week, you will never again reach the raw, cracked, painful stage that no daytime lotion ever quite fixes. Number 22. For the rough, dull skin itself, she made a scrub out of nothing, sugar mixed with a little olive oil, or with honey, massaged over hands, elbows, knees, and lips to buff away the dead, flaky skin and leave everything smooth and glowing. The sugar exfoliates, the oil nourishes, and a whole jar of luxury body scrub just became unnecessary. Keep the pressure gentle and never scrub already irritated or broken skin, because exfoliation is meant to polish, not to punish, and a soft touch a couple of times a week does far more good than a hard scrub every day. Number 23 moved that same idea to the lips. A gentle sugar and honey scrub, followed by a dab of plain petroleum jelly or even a little ghee or butter overnight, kept her lips soft and smooth through the harshest, driest weather. No $10 lip mask required. This is also the kindest thing you can do for lips in winter, because chapped lips are simply dry, dead skin over dehydrated skin underneath, and the scrub then seal routine treats both halves of the problem at once, which is more than most tinted balms bother to do. Number 24. She did not forget the brows and lashes either. A tiny bit of petroleum jelly or castor oil brushed through the eyebrows at night groomed and conditioned them, held them in that full, brushed-up shape, and with castor oil especially, was believed to encourage them to grow fuller over time. It is the original free version of the brow serums and lamination treatments people now pay a fortune for. Use the tiniest amount on a clean spoolie or an old washed mascara wand, brushing up and outward, and give castor oil a few patient weeks before you judge it, because if it works for you at all, it works slowly. Number 25, the final touch, and the one that always made me smile, was that she made her own makeup. A slice of beetroot or a little of its juice rubbed onto the lips and dabbed high on the cheeks gave a natural, rosy, buildable stain that looked like a flush from within and lasted for hours. No chemicals, no cost, just a vegetable. It fades softly and evenly as the day goes on, rather than wearing off in patches the way some cheap tints do. It is the prettiest, most old-world hack of them all, a woman tinting her lips and cheeks with the same beet she was about to cook for dinner. So there they are, 25 weird, wonderful, genuinely working beauty secrets from a generation that had almost nothing and still managed to look radiant, because they understood something we forgot. They knew that good skin and hair were never about spending money. They were about consistency, gentleness, and a handful of humble ingredients used with patience. The potato and the honey and the cold spoon and the coconut oil, the same simple things over and over for a lifetime. Everything they used was already in the house. Nothing came wrapped in plastic or sold with a promise, and it worked, decade after decade, not because it was magic, but because it was real, tested by more years and more women than any laboratory could ever match. The next time you are tempted to spend a fortune chasing the skin your grandmother had, remember that she got it from the kitchen and the garden, and so can you. Try one of these tonight: the potato for your tired eyes, the coconut oil in your hair, the sugar scrub on your lips, and feel how strange it is that something so old and so free works better than the expensive thing you almost bought. And maybe, when it does, call the oldest woman in your family and ask her what else she knows, because that knowledge is quietly disappearing and it is worth far more than anything on a beauty shelf. Grandma was right the whole time. We were just too busy being sold to listen. So consider this less a list of tricks and more a small inheritance, the kind that does not come with paperwork, handed down from women who figured out beauty the hard way so that you would not have to. Keep it, use it, and pass it on, because a hack shared is a hack that survives one more generation.